Shalom Aleichem. Today we're going to be learning about davening. And when I talk about learning about davening, I want us to try to understand the depths of each word that we say during davening. You know, davening is something that we're born into. It's something that from a very, very young age we say the words, and sometimes we understand the meaning if we know a little bit more Hebrew, so we are able to understand the words, but sometimes we don't understand the pshat. And when I'm talking about the pshat is just understanding the words. But here in this class, I want to also go through the pshat and also try to get to the depths of davening. So this class is going to be called Iyun Tfilah. And every day we're going to take a little part of the davening and to explain it in depth. So when a Jew wakes up in the morning, the first word that comes out of his mouth is modeh, to be grateful, to be thankful. Modeh ani lefanecha, melech chai v'kayam, shechazarta bi nishmati b'chemla rabba emunatecha. These 12 magical words are something that should not be taken lightly. You know, in a lot of different societies in the world, people wake up and they're not necessarily grateful. They might even not want to wake up at the time that they wake up. They might say, ugh, I wish I had 5 more minutes. They might even give like a curse word or say like, wake me up in 2 hours. But Chazal, when they tell us modeh is our first word that we say in the morning, it means that we have to be grateful. Now, it's not by chance, not stam, that the Jews say modeh ani as the first words. The word Jew comes from Yehuda. Yehudi comes from Yehuda. And when Yehuda gets his name, it's Leah giving him the name because she says, Hapam odeh et Hashem. The essence of being Jewish is to being grateful, to thank Hashem. That's Leah gives Yehuda that name. And every single Jew that is in this world needs to know that the first thing we have to be is grateful. Grateful for our life, grateful for our health, grateful for our families, for our kids, for everything that we have in this world. We have to have hakarat hatov. So that's the first word. Now, if you think about it, modeh ani should be reversed. It should be ani modeh. But Dafka Chazal say that modeh is the first word. First of all, grateful. Grateful I am. It should be I am grateful. But we're putting the emphasis on the modeh to acknowledge that everything that we have in this world, we have to be grateful for. That's one understanding of the word modeh. You know, Hebrew, sometimes you have a few understandings of each word. Another understanding of the word modeh is not necessarily only grateful, but it's also a confession. Modeh, I confess that. Ani modeh she. Right? So what are we confessing here? Modeh ani lefanecha melech chai v'kayam, shechazarta bi nishmati b'chemla rabba emunatecha. I'm confessing the acknowledgement that I know that Hashem, He gave me back the soul in the morning. It's not just natural that I went to sleep and I woke up in the morning. A lot of people in this world live in that type of realization that, okay, you go to sleep and it's a very natural thing and you wake up. But this is not to be taken for granted. We have to acknowledge and confess. I'm aware. I confess the fact that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, He gave me back my neshama. And because He gave me back my neshama, that means I'm obligated also to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to Torah, to mitzvot, to living a life of shlichut. I am a HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave me this neshama, and I have to live up to that neshama. Modeh ani lefanecha. Right? The second word, ani. Me. Where am I when I say this? I'm in bed. I'm still in my pajamas. I just opened my eyes. I'm still like a shmata. Aval ani lefanecha. I'm able to get connected to HaKadosh Baruch Hu from wherever I am. And if right now I'm in like a low place, I just woke up, I'm not with my strength yet, I didn't have my coffee, I didn't have breakfast, even from that type of a place, I'm able and I should connect to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ani lefanecha, melech chai v'kayam. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is a king that is alive and relevant, right? In the Greek philosophers used to say that Hashem created the world because you can't have a creation without a creator, but He's not relevant in this world. The Torah, Chazal tell us exactly the opposite. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is chai v'kayam. He's here with us. Everything we do, every place that we go to, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is here with us. Shechazarta bi nishmati b'chemla rabba emunatecha. Hashem gives me back my neshama with a lot of emunah. He has a lot of faith in me. If He didn't have faith in me, I wouldn't get back my neshama. If Hashem didn't believe in me and my abilities to make this world a little bit of a better place, in order for me to do my shlichut, my job here in this world, He wouldn't have given me back my neshama. He would say, it's not worth it. We'll give it back to someone else. But the fact that HaKadosh Baruch Hu returns my neshama every single morning, that means He has emunah with me. A lot of times we call people that are religious, we call them people that believe. Right? They believe in God, they believe in the Torah, the mitzvot. But the more fundamental thing is that Kadosh Baruch Hu believes in us. And that's why he gives us back our neshama. Before we talk about giving back, where was the neshama, it's important to say that in the words of Modeh Ani, we don't mention Hashem's name. We don't mention Hashem's name. We say Melech Chai V'Kayam, but we're not saying Shem Hashem, Yud Kei Vav Kei, or we're not saying the word of Hashem, is because we're still in a status of Tum'ah. We're not with Tahara yet, okay? We're impure. We'll get to that Be'ezrat Hashem when we talk about Netilat Yadayim, but here we just have to explain that we're not at that pure place yet of Shem Hashem. So we're still at the place that we're talking about HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but we're not actually talking towards HaKadosh Baruch Hu with using his name. Now, we said that the neshama comes back. So where's the neshama? Chazal in Masechet Brachot say that during the night, the neshama goes up to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it goes up to Hashem, and it gives a whole explanation of what that neshama did that day. Okay? Adin v'cheshbon. It goes through every single thing throughout the day. These are the good things I did today. These are the bad things, the positive, the mitzvot, the averot, and everything that I did. This is what the neshama does at night. Now, for the past almost 2,000 years, people would learn that Gemara and understand it on a spiritual type of level, right? Like on a mystical type of level. We don't really understand what that means. Neshama, spirit, going up, going down. We don't really understand what that means. And then around 40, 50 years ago, people started to research what happens to people when they sleep, right? Medical research and scientific research, and they found something fascinating. They found that throughout the night, we basically process everything that we went through. And there are very, very important things that we need to remember in order to survive, right? Evolution teaches us that we have to learn from yesterday, from our mistakes, and also from our successes. Imagine two people are walking in the jungle. And out of the jungle, there's a tiger, and attacks one of the people. If I witness that, I need to process that if I see a tiger, either I have to fight it or I have to run away. I shouldn't come and pet the tiger, right? Because I understand that tiger could be dangerous. But if I didn't go through that experience, I wouldn't necessarily know that a tiger could attack me. So we go through a process motion when we sleep. And that's exactly what Chazal said approximately 2,000 years ago. We're going through a process. In order to do tshuva, to return, right? Leshuv is to return from the chet. A chet in Hebrew is lachti, when you don't hit your mark, right? If you don't hit your mark, you have a certain goal, you have a certain mark, and you miss it, you have to do tshuva, you have to go back in order to fix it. So when we go to sleep, we process everything we've done throughout the day. I did so many good mitzvot. Unfortunately, I did a few averot. I was able to do this chesed and that good deed. But you know what? Here I could have done better. We have to go through that process. And in the morning, when HaKadosh Baruch Hu decides, you know what? You're worth it. I believe in you. I trust in you. We have to regain our trust in ourselves. We have to say, you know what? Today is going to be so much better than it was yesterday. Today, I have koach. You know why? Not necessarily because I always trust myself, but HaKadosh Baruch Hu trusts in me. He gave me back my neshama. Who am I not to believe in myself? If Hashem, the creator of the universe, believes in me, I can't not believe in myself. So those 12 words of the Modeh Ani in the morning, they give us this boost of energy. First, to be appreciative of everything that I have in this world. Second, to acknowledge that Hashem gave me back this neshama. And third, to realize that Hashem gave me back this neshama because He believes in me. And that is the biggest boost in the morning. Next class, we'll be talking about Netilat Yadayim and Tum'ah and Tahara, purity and impurity. Have a wonderful day.